ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Kedington News events update for the month of June, part 2. Yes, that's right, there's a video previous to this, for June in Kedington is so busy with all the Meadowlark goings on that to try and fit it into one video would be just silly. So, if you want to see info on the Kedington Meadowlark Bingo Night, or the Rock Night with band 23X, or the Meadowlark Duathlon, I will put a link to the previous video in the comments section on YouTube. And if you're watching this on Facebook, you can follow a link to YouTube from this video. Later, we'll have events coming up for your diary in the month of July, of which there are many, so keep watching. First though, what you've been up to, or more of what you've been up to in Kedington in the Meadowlark month of June. And we start with Meadowlark Carpet Bowls, put on by the Carpet Bowls Club. It's probably the trickiest version of bowls I've come across. The ball run kinds of wonky by design, and there's a huge great camembert-like thing in the middle of the mat. But it is rather fun. And if you'd like a go, Kedington Bowls Club meets at the community centre at 2 p.m. every Wednesday. And for the first couple of weeks, you can come down and try it out without joining up. See if you enjoy it. They do even take part in league matches against other clubs. As for this particular evening, I can tell you that quite a number of people who don't normally play were in attendance, and much fun was had by all. Now, you may have been noticing some very unusual characters around the village during Meadowlark Week. Not exactly what you'd call talkative, mind. They are the entries for this year's Meadowlark Scarecrow contest. This year's theme is, of course, Rock of Ages, and the creative forces in the village found many ways to interpret this. So here, in no particular order, is another montage. Thursday afternoon, the prize for Best Scarecrow was given at the community centre during the weekly community cafe afternoon. It was too early in the afternoon for Miss Meadowlark herself to get back from school, but what's her attendance for if not situations like this? So Miss Meadowlark's attendants, B and Jess, announced the winner.
The winner is Owen Phillips with Purple Rain.
So we come to Meadowlark Day itself. By tradition, Meadowlark begins with a costumed parade. But before the parade can begin, there is judging of the costumes. This year's theme was Rock of Ages, and there were many different imaginative interpretations on this phrase. If you want to know who won, you're going to have to keep watching. But once the judging was completed, the pageant set off, led by the Sawston Youth Group Marching Band. Once upon a time, the parade would go around the village itself, but due to changes in the rules concerning policing of the route, it now leads just around the meadow and into the arena, where Andrew Brown introduced all the groups taking part and their costume themes.
It's the early birds with Fraggle Rock.
The first group to enter the arena was Kedington Early Birds, who came as Fraggle Rock, complete with Fraggles, Doozers and Marjorie the Trash Heap. Hot on their heels were the Rainbows as Guns and Rainbows. Entering the arena as Minecraft, Kedington Beavers even had their own tree. Whereas the Brownies came as Jailhouse Rock. They were followed into the arena by the Flintstones, courtesy this time not of Fred's Good Feet, but the Cubs. Kedington Guides, on the other hand, showed their class as School of Rock. Followed by the Scouts, who paid tribute to Michael Jackson's Thriller. The WI went back to the early days of rock and roll. Whereas the last group to enter the arena, Kedington's Bowls Club, aimed for a more recent era, that of punk rock. They seemed so nice on Monday evening. We very nearly got a throwdown dance-off between them and WI. Maybe next year, because with everyone in the arena, it was time for the prize giving in the costume contest, with the awards being given out by Miss Meadowlark and her attendants. But first, a little burst of We Will Rock You. Oh, yes, Kedington. It's stomp, stomp, clap, not clap, clap, stomp. Yeah, sorry, just saying. Yes, well, enough of that. Time for the prize giving. The winners first of the junior section.
And in first place, at least, the early birds with Fraggle Rock.
Incidentally, second place went to Guns and Rainbows, and third was Beavers with Minecraft. In the youth category, the winners were probably the most colourful of all the entries.
It's the Cubs with the Flintstones.
second place for this category were the Scouts as Thriller, and third were the Brownies with Jailhouse Rock. For the adults section, the victory went to
The Kedington most popular punk rock.
which, what with there only being 2 adult groups, this year meant second place went to the WI with Rock and Roll. That done, it was time to declare the overall champion and present the Fred Phillips Best in Show trophy.
Can we have a drum roll from everybody, please? The winners are the Cubs with the Flintstones.
Let's be honest, they had a teddy bear that winched up the head on a dinosaur. There was no beating that. But everyone has set the bar pretty high for next year, so get planning now. With the parade done and the prizes given, it came time for Miss Meadowlark to formally announce Meadowlark 2016 Open.
Hi everyone, I would now like to formally open Meadowlark 2016.
So, while the Cubs posed for one final photo of their excellent costumes, the crowd spread out to sample the joys of Meadowlark. Smashing! Whilst around the meadow crowds enjoyed all the traditional Meadowlark stalls and entertainments, in the ring more entertainment was on offer. The first of the afternoon acts was Colette's Entertainment School, teaching dance to a wide range of ages. It was the youngest of the school's pupils, also known as the Cocoa Puffs, who started the performance, some dancing in front of an audience for the first ever time in their lives. But we were also entertained by the school's 2 older groups. Entertainment in the arena continued with more dance, this time from Hunton's Ballet Shoe Workshop, some of whom are as young as 3. Not only did they display a wide range of ages, but also a wide range of styles. parade into the arena at the beginning of the afternoon, Sawston Youth Group Marching Band then returned to display their full marching and musical prowess. They were followed by the final dance group of the afternoon, the Dynamite Dance Group. Next to enter the arena, a steamroller driven by Matt Garwood, who'd come to tell us about the first ever Kedington Steam and Vintage Show next month, and I'll tell you more of that later.
Racing the arena is your steam engine. They've been driven by the lovely Matt Garwood. Can we all give him a wave?
At this point, we were hoping to have the band Fourth Labyrinth. Unfortunately, they failed to show, so instead, Meadowlark had a new event this year, the Meadowlark Cracker Eating Race. The rules are pretty simple. A number of willing contestants lined up, along with a number of not so willing contestants that just couldn't run away from Annabelle fast enough. Each was handed 5 crackers and had to eat as many of them as they could in 1 minute. The contest was started by Miss Meadowlark.
You are now welcome to eat your crackers. Go! Go, Carly! No way! No way! Look at this man! Is he going to choke? Have we got the first aid people on hand? Oh my God, he's done it! He's done it! A massive round of applause for Ross! Woo! Okay, we're going to second place now.
Check his pockets!
Chew! You got 20 seconds. Come on, Ellen. See more food than that go in your mouth. Carly's trying her best, but she's realised it's a little difficult. We have 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stop chewing. Well, that was eventful.
Come on, Ross, handspring!
Well, would Miss Meadowlark like to announce the results then? Okay. Would our winners like to come forward? They're just swallowing. Woo! So, Miss Meadowlark, Lucy Bowers is going to announce our winners. And in third place, Jack. In second place, Pipam.
Well, I'm not sure about that second place. There may have to be a steward's inquiry for excessive projectile spillage.
And the winner, big drum roll please. Let's hear it from Ross. He's the Cracker King. Sorry, the Cracker King of Kedington 2016. Woo! Have you got anything you'd like to say? Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
I want to thank my family, my friends. It's been quite an arduous task, actually. It's been emotional, physically, mentally. Training. Oh, crackers. I dream of crackers.
Congratulations to Ross on his victory. I suspect there will have to be a defence of that title next year. This just left us to finish Meadowlark with the grand prize draw. The first prize of which was a 40-inch Panasonic smart television. I'm told it is in fact exceedingly smart and never seen in public without a properly ironed shirt. And that wraps it up for Meadowlark afternoon. And in fact, for this video. But wait till I hear you cry. Well, I don't hear you cry. I'm in the middle of the field. But if I could hear you cry, you would be crying out, what about all the wonderful events coming up in July, like the steam rally that you mentioned? Well, don't worry. There's going to be one more episode coming up on this very YouTube channel, and you can subscribe to that channel by going to the page this video is on and clicking subscribe. The button's probably about there. Or you could go to Kedington.News.June and all videos appear there as soon as they appear on YouTube. You can also, whilst you're there, click on a link to my Facebook page, and you can friend me there on Facebook, and I will always shout out there when there is a new video going up. And I hope to have the final episode for this month up before the end of this week. So until then, cheerio.